Okay, so it has just come to my attention, after editing the whole video, mind you, that there is not a single time that I say Stephan's name right in this whole video. I don't know why I said it weird, and I don't know why it took me until editing the whole video to notice. So hopefully it's not too distracting. I'm sorry if it is. But there we are. Oh, let's just get started. Now, I could not sleep at all last night. This episode is messing with my head. Like, they are in my head. Right, that wasn't funny. So, as I'm sure everyone knows by now, Black Mirror released a new episode, if you can call it that. It's more of an interactive game ever since I watched it, and I've watched it many times over the past day. I've been so interested in it. My original video idea was gonna be a walkthrough, but since I had already watched it, it was kind of hard to keep the reactions authentic. Oh my days. Oh my god. Let's just move on, shall we? You can choose what the main character, Stephan, does. Kind of. Obviously, in true Black Mirror fashion, this episode tests boundaries and creates a concept never seen before on Netflix or any other TV platform. And they do this with the help of metaphors, Easter eggs, and what I would argue most interestingly, their use of colours. I've seen many versions of this episode, and since none of them are the same, it's hard to know what reality is, and therefore it's hard to understand what's going on in any of the episodes. This is before I started looking at the colours. The theory that I've come up with, and I'm going to be referring to in this episode, is the theory that Stephan is a research project exploring the realms of free choice, and what happens when you take that away, to see if by controlling someone's free choice, this can be used for entertainment. I'm going to work under the assumption that Colin's girlfriend, Stephan's mum and dad, Stephan's counsellor, the manager at the gaming company are all aware of it and are all working to help this fake narrative for Stephan, whether they want to or not. Obviously, Colin is aware of what's going on, and this can be best proven through his drug-filled run at Colin's house, where he basically explains exactly what's going on in this episode. Stephan's dad's involved and is aware not only what's going on, but how it could end, and this can be shown through what he says about the dog in the garden and drawing Stephan's attention to the cigarette tray many times throughout the episode, hinting at his own death. Stephan's mum's aware of it, as her death gets shown to be fake later on in the episode, and I believe the manager at the gaming firm is also involved, as it's odd to me that he's the only person that wouldn't be. But also, if you look about how he gets his job, he gets offered the job almost instantly. It's all a bit too easy and good to be true. Throughout the first couple of scenes, there's not that many colours to know. When he leaves his room, when he's eating his breakfast, that is until he gets on the bus. There are three colours that stand out on the bus: the red, the blue, and the yellow. Now those are pretty odd colours to put together, and I doubt the bus would have come like that when Black Mirror chose to use it. And so these colours are definitely deliberate. I'd say especially the yellow ceiling, because it's so out of place. Now, the use of yellow in films is used to portray dishonesty and imagination, hinting that a lot of what he's seeing and the life he's living, none of it's real. And although he might not be imagining it, his normal life, the mundane tasks he does, like getting on a bus, are all fake. They've been put on for him and this narrative. Now, the red's a bit harder because it depends on the shade of red. Bright red signifies danger, and this can be seen later in the movie, but the bus isn't a bright red, and so it signifies blood. Blue signifies purpose and fulfillment, and so this fake world being put on for Stephan, and whoever's controlling it, is trying to manipulate him, using colours to put in place and remind him about the death of his mother and who he blames for that. Almost as if the role that he has to fulfill is to kill his dad, and whoever's in control of this world is trying to brainwash and manipulate him, and starts to put in place subconscious thoughts into his head. Now you can see these colours throughout the episode, and they get more and more prominent leading up to the death of his father. As you can see, the office shows the red and the blue, and it is in fact the game that drives him to kill his father at the end. He's not had any of these thoughts, he's not learned about the symbols or knows anything about the research projects before the game. And many of the deaths of Colin and the manager at the gaming firm are because they come around to ask about the game. As you can see, both Colin and someone in the background are sporting the exact same colours shown around the office. As people walk by, they carry red folders for the same purpose, to start controlling and putting in thoughts inside of his head. And it's worked. Stephan's game shows the exact same colours because he's been exposed to them for so long. These colours are starting to have an effect on his decisions. I believe that although Colin and his girlfriend are involved, but they have no choice to participate, because Colin is the only one who actually told Stephan the truth. He's wearing a bright red t-shirt, which looks rather out of place with the rest of the office and the other clothes everyone's wearing, which are slightly more muted. I believe that Colin's trying to send a message and is trying to warn Stephan that this is dangerous and he's going to make a mistake. And this can be seen once Stephan accepts the offer, when Colin tells him that he's chosen the wrong path. As you can see in his bedroom, it's the same colour. You have the red curtains, the blue walls, and the odd yellow light. In a normal bedroom, you wouldn't choose red and blue together because both of them are too strong of colours to put together, especially with a room the size of Stephan's. It's a small room, and any decorator or someone looking into what colours to use in a room would warn against these colours because they are so dark. It will only make the room look smaller. Then we go to the counsellor's office, and the first colour that sticks out is the yellow background. And it's the reason that it's been staged this way, that she's on the side with the yellow and he's not. It's because he's believing her and she's selling him a fake narrative. She's lying to him. This whole thing is set up and imaginary. When Stephan decides to talk about his mum, we are transported to a flashback where you can see the whole room is lit in bright red, especially when he says the word rabbit. The bright red becomes so bright that it's almost a fog. You can't see anything past it. And as you can see, it's the exact same colours in this scene. He's wearing a bright red top and the floor is painted blue and yellow. Yellow again because this whole thing was proven to be set up. And this manipulation and brainwashing is starting to work. As you can see on his board, it's the same colours as the room. It's blue and yellow. Most of the pins are yellow. It's almost as if he's subconsciously starting to understand that everything isn't what it seems. In fact, a lot of it isn't real. In another scene, when Stephan goes to follow Colin, you can see the same colours again. And whether Colin wants to or not, he has to contribute to it, carrying the red can. As you can see, the main colour in this scene is blue, and that's because it's such a pivotal moment for Stephan. This is the first time that he's told the truth by Colin about being brainwashed, about being drugged, and how if he dies it's okay because he can start again. When we first get to see Colin's apartment, I was confused because the main colour used in this scene is yellow. That's where I got confused until I realised the use of the colours are to brainwash Stephan. The blue is to let him know that he has a purpose, he has to fulfil his role in this research project. And the red is to start putting in motion ideas of killing his dad. There's no reason for Colin's house to have these colours in there. Colin's not being brainwashed, he understands what's going on. And what he understands is this whole thing's imaginary and it's set up. Now after they take the drugs, the room starts changing colours, but it's too fast to really keep up with, and I'm not sure if there's really any significance in this until they head out to the roof. Now all of a sudden, the lamp that is changing colours is only showing red, and this is leading up to one of them jumping off the roof. Now, remember when I said that Colin's girlfriend was in on it? Originally, I thought she was a redhead, but you can see when she visits Stephan that she's actually dyed it yellow. When she goes looking for Colin, the gaming manager doesn't recognise her. And then when she explains who she is, he remembers and says, "Last time I saw you, you had blue hair. Now it's yellow." She was part of this experiment before. She had a role to complete. She became enlightened and understood what it was about and expressed this by dyeing her hair yellow. Now, when he reaches the safe is green. There are 2 yellow piles you can choose from and 1 green. Now, green in movies signifies enlightenment of self-awareness. And when he presses the safe, or whoever uses the safe, understands more about Bandersnatch. And you can see anything he uses that is green is after he understands that he is being controlled. When his mum leaves the door, you assume to her death. Still, when Stephan looks from another point of view, when she leaves the room, she's actually lit in yellow. And then finally, where the majority of the endings lead, his prison cell, that, like Colin's room, is mainly yellow. A very odd choice for a normal prison. Yes, you have the blue clothes, yes, you have the red, but the overwhelming colour in this scene is the yellow wall. And that's because he's fulfilled his role. He's killed at least his dad. And so now he's in the same position as Colin. And that is that he knows that it's a lie, that it's all imaginary. And so this is the colour that he's surrounded by.